Welcome to The Record Show, your virtual spin around the vinyl industry. Brought to you by Radio Wasteland Records. Yes, Midland has a record store. Here's your host, Jim Gleason.
Greetings from the Wasteland and welcome to this abbreviated version of The Record Show. Apologies for lack of a deeper segment, but we got a little swamped at the store today and I'm still playing catch up with a lot of other things. So we're just going to cover the highlights of this week's new releases and have to call it good. We'll be back next week with a much more in-depth something when we get to that. But some cool releases nonetheless on the way this week, hopefully to an independent record store near you. And this includes a brand new one from Neil Young and Crazy Horse entitled Barn. Now there are 3 different variations of this: a regular vinyl release, an indie exclusive, which by all looks like it comes with just a photo book and the vinyl, no word if that's a colored piece of vinyl, and a super deluxe edition, which includes the vinyl, a compact disc version, and a Blu-ray video of something about the barn. We're not seeing, unfortunately, the descriptor of what that Blu-ray is, but my guess is it's got some behind the scenes. Now, Barn is, as I mentioned, a brand new one from Neil Young and Crazy Horse, recorded this past summer at a remote, restored 19th century log barn. Now, according to our description, this has 10 new songs that captures the wild rock and roll spirit and the raw sound and lyrical beauty that epitomizes the classic Neil Young and Crazy Horse collaborations. The description goes on to say that the last song appeared on the last morning of their work and was recorded just an hour later during a pounding hailstorm and during a full moon. Can't get much more Neil Young and Crazy Horse than that, can we? So look for one of those 3 versions coming out this Friday. Also got a new one from LA Guns. This one is called Checkered Past, written and recorded while the world was still in the grips of the pandemic. This sees the LA Guns continuing with their darker lyrical tone of their preceding studio albums. Also got a new cover album coming out from Enough's Enough. This one's called Hard Rock Night. It's on limited edition colored vinyl, and it says Enough's Enough's fondness for the legendary rock and roll band The Beatles is featured right throughout this album. The band is now led by co-founder Chip Zinoff and decided to go all in with the release of Hard Rock Night, covering a lot of their favorite Beatles songs, as well as songs from some of the Beatles members' solo careers. So it could be a fun one for you Enough Zenough fans. We've also got an interesting one from Les Claypool. This one's called 4 Foot Shack, and this is technically Les Claypool's Duo de Twang. And this is a bluegrass album done by the Primus frontman and bassist, along with his high school friend Brian Kehoe. Now, 4 Foot Shack features reworked Primus songs, as well as covers of Alice in Chains and the Bee Gees. The edition comes in a foil-stamped gatefold jacket pressed on gold nugget vinyl. So if you need to hear a bluegrass version of Winona's Big Brown Beaver, this could be the one for you. A new release also on the way from Ministry. This is called Moral Hygiene. It is on limited edition green vinyl. And speaking of green, we've got something from Green Day. This is called the BBC Session, so I'm assuming it's live, recorded at the BBC studios. But unfortunately, I've got no other information on what this may contain, other than it comes on limited edition color vinyl, and it's an indie exclusive. Also a black vinyl version of this floating around out there. On the country front, new stuff from Toby Keith. This one is called Peso in My Pocket. Now, this is Keith's first all-new Show Dog Nashville album in more than 5 years. We've also got a live one coming from Joe Bonamassa. This is called Now Serving Royal Tea, live from the Ryman. Our description says this is an incredible live concert at the legendary Ryman Auditorium in Nashville, Tennessee. Special show includes songs from his latest studio album, Royal Tea, inspired by his British rock guitar heroes, Jeff Beck, Eric Clapton, and Cream. And speaking of Cream, we've got a new reissue of their Goodbye Tour Live 1968. This one coming out on limited edition blue vinyl. And we've got another oldie celebrating its 50th anniversary. This is the band with their Cahoots, a 50th anniversary version of that. No word on whether this is anything special other than 180 gram and half speed mastered. So that should be a cool one from the band. And finally, one Christmas release in the offing this week on our highlights, and this is from Train, and it's called Christmas in Tahoe. Originally released in 2015, this one is on translucent green vinyl, and it says here that Christmas in Tahoe is inspired by the Hallmark movie of the same name, making its premiere in their annual countdown to Christmas. So Train teaming up with the Hallmark to bring you some great, great Christmas music. Now there's one more release that took me by surprise coming out this Friday. Did not see this one coming. Last we heard from Tesla, it was a great big question mark after the Record Store Day Black Friday delay a few weeks back. But we now have it as an absolute that Mechanical Resonance will be available this Friday at independent record stores near you. So Mechanical Resonance, long delayed, looks like it's finally on its way. I know here at our store we should have a few copies of it, hopefully by Friday when that gets here, but look for that one as well. Not sure what happened, why this is all of a sudden just showing up, but we're not going to question it at all. Tesla Mechanical Resonance on the way to a record store near you. And that is a quick check of this week's new releases. Again, I'd like to apologize for the brevity of this episode. A little busy, but we'll get caught up and we'll be back with a full one with lots more fun stuff next week. Thanks a lot for joining us.
Right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby, round, 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 round. You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby, round, 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 round.
Thanks for watching The Record Show. If you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe to the Radio Wasteland Records YouTube channel. And be sure to hit that notifications bell so you'll be alerted every time we upload new content.